Now you have a fairly long repertoire.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you want to go? Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it lots. Would you like to go first? Or?
Okay, I'll do something first. I also wanted to mention, Marc, I'm glad that I have this chance to be here. I've known Marc ever since a little place called Black Sheep Books. Does anybody remember that place over on the west side there? Fourth Avenue. And always loved his work then. So it's an honor for me to be here and do this. I have a poem about just recently, I don't know if you know this, down the street here, the corner of Main and Broadway, there are about 3 places that have been sort of institutions for the last 10 or 15 years that recently got burned in a fire. And actually, a while back, I wrote a poem before those places came into place. There was another little Greasy Spoon place that was in the Kisu Island. There was a Greasy Spoon place there that I used to go to all the time, and I wrote a poem about that, but I can't find it. But I did find another poem that I wrote about another place in the neighborhood called the Glass Slipper that burned down in a fire too. So this is about it. And it's called They Burn Music Halls, Don't They? There is a smell particular to a building gutted by fire. It isn't what you might expect. Not rich and a little sad like firewood burning, but rancid, as if memories had a skin to them that wasn't meant to burn. From a block away, the stink of this death is on me, up my nose and in my throat, the feel of a dry heave on a hungover morning. Already stale in the late afternoon rain, only a day after its blazing demise. And it's hard to figure how anything can burn in this sloppy weather, but the impossible proof is right in front of me like Noah's Ark on the side of Mount Pleasant. The Glass Slipper, home to all that crazy jazz and manic poetry, and before that, decades of jubilant gospel and all the clamor of people full of food and prayer and religious fervor, is nothing but a purple clapboard shell, its church door mouth already silenced by a plywood gag. The roof is gone. It must have fallen in on itself like a rib cage, unable to bear the weight of the world anymore. Some nights you could sit upstairs close to the peak and imagine the words and notes perched in the rafters, a million chattering birds still finding sanctuary though religion had long left the building. I want to be romantic and say that now there's nothing between those sounds and heaven, but with this endless suffering of rain threatening not to stop anytime soon, I just can't get behind that kind of lofty imagery. And reality comes on slow as the shock to the body. There will be no more music. The horns and harps and drums will not sound. The poets will talk, will mourn, but will ultimately go quiet. All of us, musicians and poets alike, shrugging our shoulders in defeat like everyone does when something we thought permanent is taken from us. Us seeing no recourse, standing small and naked and alone. And it's only because I've been inside, being a part of its history, was just there earlier in the week that I take this tragedy personally. But to look around is to see hell cool down. The house at 10th and Fraser, the apartment at 10th and Guelph, the Main Street dance space, the house at 10th and St. George, half of Hastings Street for Christ's sake. Some faring better than others, the heart still in the ashes, rising up again like a resilient phoenix. Most bulldozed over or left like rotting teeth in a ragged smile. Every place meaning something to somebody. Is East Vancouver burning down around us, one spot fire at a time, scattered over long stretches of disassociation so eyebrows won't be raised, so outcries don't go up, so we don't put our solitary heads together and for once act like a community and not just a polling district? I ain't one for conspiracies unless you call apathy one, in which case we're all in on the plot. No, the perpetrators might be shadowy figures with dubious intent, or above them, prominent figures with shadowy intent. But the real villains aren't doing anything. Their doors are shut. Their TVs are on too loud. They are ignoring the alarms. When the call goes out to make changes, they make excuses instead. And even if it were a cigarette, like the paper suggested, the fact that we let something as serious as fire slip through our fingers and down into the seat cushions only goes to prove my point. We don't care enough. This isn't a poem that offers up easy resolution. Rely on politicians and newscasters if you want pat answers. I'm as dumbstruck as anyone else, another helpless, stammering poet who can't help thinking he has one less stage to strut across. No, this poem is an invitation to take the rage, which is the next certain step of grief, and use it like a kick in our own pants, to maybe go out and ask a few pointed questions of those who may know something, or who simply hadn't thought about it much before now. To stand when called, to do anything but sit still and gossip like old men fearing the snap of their delicate bones under the strain of daunting challenge. To learn enough about the places where we sleep and eat and laugh and work and walk past and look in and mill about and stand in line that they become more than strangers. That our streets become more than cold pavement and the shortest distance between here and there. That even if our neighborhood is burning around our ears, it won't go out forgotten. That we will dance bravely at its wake, putting it down gentle, gathering courage and resolve to go on despite its discouraging ashes.
You are the magic people. You are the magic people. Drunk on armpit wine and finger painting the universe with your dreams. You are the magic people. Flashlight Picassos singing belly button arias to the moon. You are the magic people. Full of back hair welcome mats and the tongue spunk of 2-year-olds. Thank you for your Sasquatch ambulances, the eyebrow comb-overs, the burlap lip covers, the brown-eyed bric-a-bracs, and the pie. Thank you for your Sasquatch ambulances, the all-night toilet parties, the foreign service ring cream, the sand fountains, and the jam. You are the magic people. You are the magic people. You are no third-rate leaf blower. You are no fortune cookie gun rack. You are not the impotent tobacco nookie of delinquent bank martyrs. You are the magic people. Thank you for your cheese paddle fly swatters glowing lunch meats in the dark. Thank you for the electric butter monkeys that created tangerine lip nickels. Thank you for your John Travolta phone bills talking dirty to me in the dark. You are the magic people. You are the magic people. Do not say that no one ever loved you. I will miss you when I go. Thanks. Okay, by applause. Who do you want to see? It's a strip poetry. So, Steve Duncan. It's like $3 to not have us, or me to. How many rounds? We're doing like 4 rounds. What? Neither of you. $20. $20 no stripping. $40. No. Who do you want to see take off? Steve? Or me? All right.